Hi, welcome back to Meta Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground. I'm Jeff Rappaport.
Matthew.
Edu, NervoChaos.
John, Incantation.
Alex.
I thought you were going to say Chuck this time.
Yeah. Rust and Gross.
Yeah, Rust and Gross. Ross Nolan. Yeah.
Rust in peace. Now, I was looking at your band, and it seems to sometimes it's written. Is it NervoChaos, one word or two words? It looks like it's written both ways.
It depends, you know. We did it to make it confusing, really, you know.
Yeah.
And some people write it one word, some people split it. It's really the customer's choice for us.
I like that. It's very flexible.
And the name also, it's a mix of Portuguese and English, something different, and you know, we mixed words, and I think it represents pretty well the music we do, the place where we come from, and all that. So, worked for us.
My mother's second husband was Portuguese.
Really? That's
Just to
good.
throw it out there.
Wow. All right.
Not that it means anything, but just something to talk about.
Yep. There you go.
Something to grow on, right,
Was
Alex?
he a death metal fan?
No, he was an asshole.
There you go.
So he was like the dark side of.
I told you there's assholes
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, speaking of the dark side, Rio de Janeiro has, from Brazil, I don't know how close that is to where you are, because I'm my geography.
It's around 5 hours driving.
But it has both, it's both known as one of the most beautiful places in the world,
It is.
and also is one of the most deadly places in the world.
It is indeed. All the drug gangs and dealers, and it's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
You've been in Rio, right?
Yeah.
You remember that experience?
Yeah.
Was it fun? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that show, I think, I blew
Rebellion
3
played
amps or
something.
whatever.
Yeah, you blew all the amps,
Yeah.
and they didn't have all the valves. Remember?
Yeah, I think I started playing the first amp. It lasted for like a half a song.
Yep.
It blew, and then they found another amp. They gave it to me, and that one blew after a few
Yep.
minutes. And then I think they were all out, like no more amps.
Yeah. I remember the first show they played. They played in small combos, you know. And when the show ended, John came up to me and said, "Now I understand how Sarcophago has that sound." And that was a blast. But Rio, it's pretty, I mean, from my point of view, the government kind of lost the control and the drug dealers took over, you know. They have all the guns and all the money and all the power. And now they're trying to make it straight, you know, with the army there, because we have the Olympics coming and the World Cup, Soccer Cup coming up. So they're trying to pacify Rio, which is good and getting better. You can see it already, but my main concern is what's going to happen afterwards, you know. After the games are gone and the army is gone, probably everything's going to be back on.
So yeah, 'cause I
Where it
remember
was.
when you took us there, you told us not to go anywhere.
Yeah,
Just
because I took those
Stay
guys
close.
to near the City of God. So you've seen that movie? If you've seen that movie, you
Yeah.
kind of understand what I'm talking about.
Well, you worked as a drug mule briefly, didn't you?
I did. I was
There you
gonna be
go.
able- yes.
Yeah.
I just like things in my
You-
orifices.
you-
Okay.
So I just looked at it as an opportunity to have things shoved inside
Yes.
So you,
Shit.
Because I was like, why is this so loose? And you're like, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
Excel
so,
then.
so you've been through Rio with stuff inside of you.
me. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you kind of know firsthand.
Yeah. Exactly.
First hand.
First hand.
And I'm not bringing anything back for you anymore. Okay?
All right.
Come on.
Now, what's the darkest thing that you've ever witnessed?
I don't know. I think kidnapping is pretty dark, you know.
You've seen kidnapping?
Yeah, I seen kidnapping. It happened to friends of mine and stuff, and I think that's pretty brutal. You know, you
Not in a good way.
not in a good way.
No.
You taken away from your home or whatever. You know, you get robbed. Your family gets threatened, and it's scary.
Isn't there a lot of carjackings too?
Yeah, carjacking. We have armored cars. Just to drive around the city because it's dangerous.
Yeah, you were saying because we were there, you guys kept running red lights, and we're like, "What the hell are you doing?" And you're like,
I mean, you don't stop at red lights
get
at
robbed.
9,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Don't stop at red lights at 9 because you're gonna get robbed, you know, and stuff like that. That's, I mean, I was born there and grew up there, so maybe I'm used to it, you know. But I think it's pretty brutal when you're
Scared
talking.
John though.
Well, I was wondering why it's keep blowing red lights, and that's pretty brutal.
And Alex made the lemon's face, and he didn't even have any lemon. His he was really confused.
But like any big town, if you're in the wrong spot in the wrong time, you get fucked.
Yeah, that's
For
not
sure.
good.
It happens in LA, in New York.
Yeah.
Maybe not kidnapping,
Philly?
but you get a
Philly.
problem. Yeah, cars get jacked and
Now coming back to the metal realm.
All right,
What would you say is your best metal moment?
hard to say. You know, there's so many special ones. I mean, when I started, you know, everything was magical. You know, we didn't know what to expect. You know, so the first time I met bands like Incantation or Cannibal Corpse or I don't know. It's hard to say, you know. It was all. We are all very passionate from metal, and that's very magical. When I met, for example, Marduk the first time, or Gorgoroth, or you know, Immolation just recently, you know, they went there for the first time. That's very special to me, you know, because I do it because I love what I do and I love that style of music, and that's what keeps me moving, you know.
It's funny to find out how everybody, you know, it's just you meet all these people and you're idols, but they're really just they're just you, really. Everybody's just regular people, really.
Yeah.
They're goofy and fun to hang out
And that's
with.
what's great about, you know, because when I was a kid, I was listening to the bands and I didn't know, you know, you
Right.
just see photos and listen to it and maybe see some interviews and you think, oh, those guys are fucking, you know.
You don't know.
And then you meet them and you see they're regular people, they're cool people, and you know, and that's the beauty of it, I think,
Exactly.
from my point of view at least, you know. And those, I cannot say one magical moment. There are several ones for me, you know. I think we met with the Creasing guys.
Yeah.
I think that's the
You
main.
Me in Europe. Were you with them
Yeah.
in Europe?
No, I wasn't, but
They
they
told me
came
about
back and they said, "Ah, you got to book Incantation," and that's, you know, that's what I was
Yeah.
telling you about how me and Christian, how we work together, you know, helping each other and doing something for Brazil and for the scene, you know, and
Yeah, we played
It's
a
great.
show with them in Germany somewhere.
was 97 or
Yeah,
something.
and they were telling me about
Yep.
you over there and that, you know, had a underground following, a
Yep.
diehard, so
Yep.
it just fell together from there.
That's how I started, you know.
You know what's funny is how we were talking about how everybody's together. It's like I was posting about how like the mystery guest is coming to the show and all that,
Yeah.
and Gloria Cavalera chimes in of all people
Right on.
because she's from
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
married
not
with
from
Max.
Brazil, but she's
Yeah.
married to Max, who's like
I met Gloria at Rock in Rio 2 in 92, you know. I mean, I met her earlier. I was living in San Francisco back in the days in 90, 91, and they were touring. They did that tour of the new Clash of the Titans
Yeah,
tour
something.
on
Yeah,
the block or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
New
it
Titans on
was,
the Block.
New Titans on the Block, or
Yeah.
I don't remember the name, was Sepultura, Napalm Death, Sick of It All, and
I can't remember.
somebody else, I don't remember,
Good
and
tour.
Sacred Reich,
Yes,
you know,
Wow.
and that's when I met Gloria, you know, because I was,
she's a cool chick.
yeah, I mean, she is a cool, she
Yeah.
never did something to me, and I really appreciate all she did for Sepultura, you know, back in the days, and I'm on their side actually, you know, when they split it up, I didn't agree the way things were done.
So you're on side Sepultura, not side Soulfly. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm on Gloria's
side.
and
Oh, you're on
Cavalera's
Gloria, yeah,
side, you
okay,
know,
yeah.
because I met those guys when they released Schizophrenia, and when they moved to São Paulo, that's when I met them, and we became friends. And then later on, I met Gloria, and she seemed very cool. You know,
Yeah.
I have no complaints on her, and she did a lot for the band, in my point of view, until Roots. You know, when all that happened, you know, the split. But
I like Roots, by the way. I'm gonna go on record. A lot of people don't like that record.
I kind of
do like
hate it. You know,
Really?
yeah.
You hate it?
It
I liked it
really
at the
sucks,
time,
but
but I was.
it's nice to
pretty
know
young,
somebody
so-
likes it.
I enjoyed it.
You know, for
Yeah.
me, they are the creators of the new metal
Right.
with that album.
Yeah,
They
that really
started
sucks.
that fucking thing, you know, and I mean, they started as a satanic death metal band,
Right.
and they changed for thrash metal, and for me, it works until I don't know, Arise,
I mean, you're from Brazil.
Yep.
So was like they were saying that a lot of the stuff that was on Roots was native Brazilian music. Is
But
that
that's
true?
bullshit. That was native Brazilian music.
Yeah.
But they were living in the U.S. They didn't really care for Brazil, you know.
Right.
They didn't really tour in Brazil at all. In my point of view, that was marketing, you know.
Okay.
And it worked,
Yeah,
you
they
know.
were really pushing the.
Yeah, they were calling the Jungle Boys, but they were living in
You don't do that? I
Phoenix,
like
you
that.
know. That's not so jungle.
What is he even saying? Is that a word?
It's more desert, right?
Yeah, it's more desert than jungle.
They
But,
lost me after Morbid Visions, and those first
Wow.
two records were just
Yeah,
phenomenal.
What?
Phenomenal.
Like one of the best death metal records of all time.
I
you know?
agree. It's pretty raw and straightforward, and you know.
It was a classic Belo Horizonte sound. I
Yeah.
think.
Early
Almost had the same
Sarcophago.
vibe as like
Sarcophago,
or
yeah.
Chackle or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that at that
yeah.
time, you know.
That's the same school, you know. All the '80s bands came from mainly from Belo Horizonte, you
Yeah.
know.
And for me and John, I can speak for both of us that for us going to Brazil is really important, especially Belo Horizonte.
Yeah,
because
to meet
really
Wagner
some
and
tour-
Price at that show,
Yeah.
was a dream come true. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
it is.
Sarcophago was such a huge
My-
influence on our
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that
brought a
whole
tear to
scene,
my eye.
actually.
Yeah, but I think Gloria, coming back to the subject, it's an awesome manager, and it's pushing pretty hard. Soulfly,
She's
Cavalera
got great green
Conspiracy.
hair, too.
Yeah, pink, green.
Yeah.
It changes, you know. I don't know the colors, but I have no complaints. It's you know, I'm
I just started.
as a Brazilian, I'm very proud what Sepultura did for ages, you know, because Sepultura put Brazil in the map and showed we didn't have only gators and snakes and Indians on the street, you know. We had metal bands.
Yeah.
And buffets.
Yeah, and buffets.
Yeah,
There you go.
And not mojitos.
No, not mojitos.
Damn Mexicans are mixing this
They're
whole thing up.
killer mojitos. Don't take me wrong. I love mojitos, but it's not Brazilian. It's more caipirinha. That's very Brazilian.
Well, I guess the last and the most important question I have for you is:
All right.
are you honored to appear on Metal Rules TV?
Hell yeah! I'm very honored, man. When you invited me, it was fucking. I said I gotta be there. You know, I called John and say, hey, let's fucking go there, man. And yes, for sure, it's an honor being in America and being in such a diehard metal show as Metal Rules. You know, I think you guys do a killer job for the real underground. You know, the real diehards. It's not a trendy thing. You've been doing this for ages now, maybe in a different format, but still with the same idea. And I think that's what counts for me. You know.
Awesome.
Fucking metal.
So
Yeah, fucking
Metal
metal.
rules.
now you guys have you have the floor to promote your new album,
Right
tour, website, whatever you want.
Right on, yeah. That's our new album. It's called To the Death, and it's our 5th studio album. And we're working hard, and hopefully we'll tour the U.S. This year, hopefully, if not next year for sure. But we want to make it this year, you know. And it's coming to America through Grey Haze, and we're very happy with it. And I hope people like it. If you want to know more about us, just go to nervochaos.com.br, and there we are.
Yeah, I want to say that we just played a couple shows in Brazil with NervoChaos, and it was just they were worlds better than what they were when we seen them play early on. The lineup that they have now is really top notch, and it has like all the elements of a great band now, a great live band. I didn't hear the CD yet, but I know like live it was awesome.
No, you
Right
guys
on.
have definitely gotten better.
Right on. Yeah, I mean,
for
we're
sure.
just hardworking people, and we believe a band it's a live band,
And
and
it
it's
has
got a
the
tour.
some classic Brazilian vibe to it. I could hear the.
We're not virtuous or anything.
Does it sound kind of like Roots?
Not.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Or was it against? Was it?
Nah, not really, you know, but
Is there lots of steak?
yeah,
And
for sure.
chicken?
It's a very
we
meat
moved
potatoes
by
kind of recording.
meat potato fucking.
Yeah. Big salad, lots of salad bars.
But it's an honor again being in the show. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Oh, sure.
And you guys, you know, it's a pleasure. And being here with the Incantation boys and Funerals, it's It's great. It's America.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Love it.
Thank you.